Hello, I'm Alicia Davis.
And I'm Stacey Watson.
We are the founders and co-owners of Transformative Leadership Strategies, a coaching, training, and team building company. And we want to thank you for downloading our guide of skyrocketing your confidence as a leader. And we were very excited to create this guide and these videos to go along with it because we hear from our leaders in the coaching that we do across the board that confidence is often challenging, isn't it, Stacy?
Well, it certainly is. I mean, for one thing, it's a really big word and it can mean different things in different moments. It can look different ways depending on situations. From person to person, confidence appears, sort of very uniquely and specifically to a person.
That's
So
right.
it makes it difficult to sort of talk about, I think. And one of the things that we felt would be helpful is to take this really big idea and break it into some component parts, factors we call them, which just help us understand different ways that confidence not only can sort of show up as a leader, but ways we might actually be able to kind of break it down and build confidence in very
Mhm.
specific components or factors.
That's right. That's right. And we created a confidence wheel as really the center of this guide that we sent you. And so today, on the factor that we're focusing on is belief in yourself and positive self-talk. And
Whew.
Stacey, I don't think there is anybody in the world that consistently believes in themselves and has positive self-talk. And I know for myself, and I know, in the people that we coach that, beliefs can change. Like we can often feel like we can't do something the way that we want to do something. And then we get really judgy and critical of ourselves. And let's talk about that. Share an experience of from our clients because we have a whole list of possibilities on this one, right?
100%. I mean, I think what you said is so true that I think most of us at one moment or another in our lives, and maybe many moments in our lives, have had these moments of self-doubt and that sort of chatter that goes on in our brains and in our minds about, am I in the right position? Am I going to be able to be successful? Did they pick the right person? And it's so interesting. It doesn't really seem to matter what role a person has. I feel like, if you're listening to this, no matter what your title is or what box you sit in the org chart, right? You can probably relate to the experience of self-doubt. And
Right.
so I think as a coach, one of the things that I know I try to do is just to remind whoever I'm working with, someone thought you were the right person to be in that box on the org chart.
That's
Someone
right.
saw the possibility, the potential, the skills, and the talent. And sometimes when we're not feeling it internally, looking for that external validation can be helpful just to sort of help us shift a little bit. And I think there are some other things we
Mm.
can do also, right, Alicia?
I actually this factor is it's a little tricky, right? Because we can get so in our head so quickly. And one of the things that I'd like to say is just when you're noticing that you're being really critical, judgmental, snarky, like all of those things that if you said them out loud, they wouldn't sound very nice, right?
Right.
To really notice when that's happening and to see if instead of being judgmental, to be able to perhaps pause for a moment and see if you can become a little curious. Like
Mm,
curiosity counteracts judgment, right?
for sure.
And so when you can notice that, when you can perhaps just um, pause and maybe even give yourself a pat on the back, right?
Mm,
And so wherever you are on that, on the self-assessment, the one is, what, I'm kind of snarky and cranky with myself a lot. And 10 is, what, I can shift and change my perspective and my energy and my approach. Wherever you land on that, first of all, be curious about it. And then see if there's one thing that you might do or notice to begin to shift a little bit to
mhm.
improve your confidence. You can put that in
Yeah.
the guide at the bottom. And we would love to hear. So you can email us info@tlstransforms.com. And thanks for watching. We really appreciate you.
Thank you.